I hope you can hear me. I'll try and talk a little louder because I'm using the GoPro. But I had to run in and get the camera because this had to be this had to be seen to be believed. Look at all this. This is the Bondo that I've been chipping away. Just I had to not get angry looking at this. And what's surprising is there's holes in this from him drilling and pulling, and there is a beam that goes the length of the door inside that's huge, so you can't get behind it and hit it out. So it has to be pulled out. But since he went to the trouble to drill it and pull it, but he didn't finish, is mind-boggling. He even drilled here where there's a huge dent here, didn't pull it out. But why would you? Since you're already there, why bother? We'll just put a gallon of Bondo on. I know, I'm venting. Okay, blood pressure, go down. Okay, happy thoughts. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Okay, feeling better. Well, I am going to have to get the grinder out and grind all of this off because I have been chiseling to beat the band, and this has been it was prepared well. He ground it, and this is a heavy, coarse grinding. He hit it with a grinder so the Bondo would stick, which is a great idea. A pound of it's not a great idea, or a gallon. It gave way probably up here, probably because it was thinnest and it got a crack, and then let water in and it ran. You could see where it trickled down, ruining it. If it hadn't been compromised and he hadn't put a gallon on it, I wouldn't have known that there was Bondo there, because the guy knew how to do body work because it was very smooth, very nice. He even mixed his hardeners, which is what I do, which, hats off to this guy for not being a total moron. But he used a blue hardener and then the red hardener, you can see here. But that is so you can find your high and low spots, not so you can put icing on top of icing. Unfreaking believable. And this is kind of interesting. You see these lines. I don't know if you can see it. I don't even know if I have the camera at the right angle for you to see this. But you can see the grinder marks from the metal in here. So it had great tooth. It had, something to really grab onto. He probably did that because he knew he was putting a gallon on. Okay. All right. Calm down. I really do think this guy. Now, I'm not a perfectionist. I've said that. If I've told you once, I told you a billion times. Don't exaggerate. I'm not a perfectionist. If I was, I would never complete a job. It would never be good enough because I'd always be redoing it and doing it till it was perfect, and it would never be perfect, so a job would never get done. So I have to, draw a line on where to stop. And this guy drew the line at like 0. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being anal perfection and 0 being this guy, I think I'm probably an 8, 7 or 8. I don't know. But he makes me feel like freaking Rain Man, obsessive compulsive perfection after seeing some of the stuff this guy has done. It's just mind-boggling. Okay, I said I was going to stop, so I'm going to stop ranting. Okay. So grinding, welding, pulling is in my future. And I took the mirror off, partly because I took the door panel off to see if I could access this, which I can't. Hi, Pity Pat. Did you sense my stress? I know. What is this? Oh, scary. the mirror was rattling so bad. Me chiseling this, I thought the glass was going to fall out of the mirror, so I took the mirror off. Okay, now let's move on here. Now this camera, this GoPro, will go until it dies, battery-wise, or until the card is filled up. I hope you can see this. I tried to tilt this camera on the headband the right angle, so I may be redoing this. Okay, took the bumper off. This side had a shim on the bumper, a factory shim, which I've not seen. So I'm a little surprised that they took the time at the factory for quality control. That's just not like them. But there's a shim there, so we'll see why. And here is the sight shield, the what is it, polyurethane sight shield. This is the one that was on it, and it's very crunchy, rough, and very dry and brittle. And if you didn't have one, which was almost the possibility, because I dug through my stash for an hour trying to find it. I'm sure I had an extra one. Couldn't find it. Finally found it. So that saved our bacon, because I can't find any on eBay, and they don't make new ones. So it was going to be repairing this one, which would have been real fun. It's doable, but it would have been a nightmare. Plus, it's so rough. I don't know how to sand that. But here's the new one, old one, and it's nice. And then the sight shield that goes here is metal. So that'll get painted separately. And the bumper weighs as much as 1,000,000 suns, so I have to use a floor jack and then loosen the bolts and let it rest on the floor jack to get the bumpers off. And that is where I'm at. So I just had to show that to you, because okay, don't go over there. Don't go look at it again. So next time you see this, that Bondo will be gone, and I am going to be, just because I can't stand looking at it, I'm going to pull on it and get it out. And that just made my job so much harder. So that guy that Glenn bought this from on eBay, he had to know that. So this is the danger, and it's common on old cars. You know, when I talked to the guy on the phone beforehand, he was just Mr. Nice. And afterwards, when I sent him some emails on some of the problems I encountered on this, he turned into used car salesman. Hey, that's the way old cars are, and you're going to restore it. And no. You didn't disclose all this stuff. And I hope Glenn puts appropriate feedback on eBay for this guy, because he knew. I knew it 5 seconds after seeing that Bondo on that door there was a problem, and he had to know it. He's, you know, car guy. So thank God you reap what you sow, huh? All right. Till next time, this has been Steve with Born Again Torinos. Wow, I didn't even do my intro. I was so ticked off. Okay, where's the cat? I gotta go pet the cat. Find the dog, pet the dog, and go have some coffee, and then revisit. Okay, come here, Pitty Pat. You're needed. Come here. I know. I said the same thing. Well, okay, this is good. I know the guy went crazy with black paint, too. You know, the used car, you know, paint it black. You know, it's a restoration in a can, as someone has said. Um, you can see it. He sprayed everything underneath. Probably had it on a lift and just sprayed over who knows what. But this is nice. This is an air deflector, and usually that is tore off or broken, cracked in pieces. This thing, it's scuffed on the bottom, which is normal. It's just plastic. But gosh, it's nearly mint. Really, seriously, I'm not joking. That's in really good shape. And the bolts on the bumper came off really nicely, which is nice. Only one of them did I have to put some liquid muscle on it. But it's looking good. Anyway, this has been Steve with Born Again Torinos. Talk to you soon, and good night.